Hi everyone, welcome to Poonam's Kitchen. In today's video, I'll share with you my recipe for making whole wheat naan. Now traditionally naan is made using all-purpose flour and is made in a clay oven, that is a tandoor. My recipe is for a healthier version of naan, that is with whole wheat flour, and this naan would be made on a tawa, that is a skillet. No special gadget is required for making this naan. The best part of this recipe is that you get a perfectly baked naan from the front and as well as from the back. Isn't this lovely? A perfectly baked naan without using a tandoor. A little butter on the top and you have the yummiest bread ready. Now let's see how to make this a whole wheat naan on a tawa. Here I have 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 1/4 cup all-purpose flour. I'll mix this together. To this I'll add 1 tablespoon sugar, 1/4 teaspoon salt or as per taste, 1/4 teaspoon baking soda. I'll mix all the dry ingredients and now time for the wet ingredients. 1 tablespoon oil. Mix in the oil all over and here I have a plain yogurt, that is curd. I'm adding 1/4 cup of yogurt to this. And mix this all together to get a crumbly mixture, something like this. Now I'll knead the dough with lukewarm water. I'll add little water at a time and bring this dough together. Now what I'm looking at is a little soft and slightly sticky dough. When we put the dough to rest, because of the baking soda and the yogurt, the dough will rise a little and become very light. So here I have the dough, slightly soft, slightly sticky. I'll apply some oil on my fingers and smear it over this ball of the dough, all over, so that this doesn't dry out. I'll now cover this dough with a damp cloth. The moisture in this cloth will facilitate fermentation of the dough. Now allow this to rest for 30 minutes. It's been half an hour since the dough has been resting, and now when I touch the dough, it feels much lighter. I'll knead this slightly, just one final knead. This will also make the dough smoother. I'll now divide this dough in 5 equal parts. I'll be making 5 equal sized balls. The size of this ball is a little more than the ball that I make for making rotis. I'll now shape these into proper balls. And now I'll allow these balls to rest for another 15 minutes. I'll cover these with the same damp towel. In the meantime, I'll make for myself a small pillow, something like this, that the dhaba walas use to stick the rotis and naans to the walls of the tandoor. To put together a makeshift pillow, here I have a cotton kitchen towel that's absolutely clean. In the center here I am placing a few kitchen cloths. That makes it soft. I'll pull together all the edges of the towel and wrap this up with a rubber band, like this. This is totally a makeshift arrangement. This soft little pillow helps me so much bake those perfect tandoori rotis and naans and paranthas. These balls of the dough got enough time to rest, more than 15 minutes. Here I'll be tossing this ball of dough in dry flour and roll it like a roti, but a little thicker than the tawa roti. I'll continue to roll only on one side of the disc, exactly the way I do it for a roti. And the side on which I'm rolling is the one that is going to go face down on the tawa. I'm not feeling the need to roll this into the dry flour again, but if you feel that your roti is sticking to the rolling pin, then toss it in the dry flour. I got a circular disc, almost 5 inches in diameter. If you wish, you can go for the conventional oblong shape, but just take care of the thickness. It has to be thicker than the roti, something like this. Before I started rolling this, I also set the tawa to heat at high. Now it has reached a temperature of 450 degrees Fahrenheit, a little more than that, which is around 235 degrees centigrade. It's fluctuating. And this is how water behaves at this temperature. This is how high the tawa should be heated up. I'll now very carefully transfer the rolled disc onto the pillow and apply some water onto the back side of the disc. Make sure that you cover the disc with water completely. To transfer the disc onto the tawa, hold it at an angle and very gently place the disc onto the tawa. Press very lightly with the pillow. Now you're actually pasting the disc onto the tawa the way the tandoor walas paste it onto the walls of the tandoor. Now transferring the disc like this will ensure that there are no air gaps between the disc and the tawa. All these bubbles on the top side indicate that the bottom side is getting cooked. Time to now invert the tawa. I'll reduce the heat to low and then invert the tawa. And now this is the step where you have to be careful. You have to keep watching, keep adjusting the heat, keep moving the tawa around so that the whole naan gets baked properly. Now since the tawa has to be heated to such high heat and has to be inverted like this, that's why we don't use a non-stick tawa here. My naan is now ready. Now let's look at how it looks from the bottom. Wow, perfect. Perfect bake from both the front and the back. Now I'll apply some butter on this naan. I'm using regular butter. You may use flavored butter. Flavor it with herbs of your choice or any oils of your choice. So this is the whole wheat naan. Now before transferring the next disc onto the tawa, I'll clean it. I'm just scraping off any residue with a spatula, a wooden spatula. Wipe clean the tawa and then transfer the next disc. I'll show you the pasting and the baking of one more naan. Hold the tawa at an angle and very gently place the disc onto the tawa. Now for this naan, I'll try to give you a view from what is happening under the tawa. I'm reducing the heat as I'm ready to invert the tawa now. One side is already partially cooked. Now this is what it looks like. How I'll keep moving this around and how the top side of the naan gets cooked. The perfect bake. You have to keep checking where the naan is uncooked so that you can focus that towards the flame. To check a couple of times actually. This one now seems to be done. Yes. Very well cooked from the top side. Now let's take a look at the bottom side as well. If you manage to stick the disc to the tawa properly, then you'll need a spatula to remove the naan from the tawa. This is how it looks like from the back side and the front. I'll apply butter on the top and my family is all set to eat lunch. I hope you like this recipe. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do make this naan for your friends and family. If you like this recipe, do give this video a thumbs up and remember to subscribe to Poonam's Kitchen on YouTube. See you again with a new recipe very soon. Till then, bye.